So it's time, Ranga. So we can start.
Yep.
Let's see when Bashir is able to join, or he can come on the messaging.
Sure. Great. So what do we have in another hour? Couple of hours time? India versus Australia.
Oh yes, we are digressing, but yes, for a good cause. An important day for India in the Under-19 World Cup final, and what a semi-final it was between Pakistan and Australia.
Actually, frankly, even though India is there in the finals, we were looking forward to that. They've had a record 6 wins in 6 games. Very interesting run. Honestly, Jitu, it was by chance that I switched on to watch the last 12 or 15 overs of the Australia-Pakistan game. When we were messaging each other and you said 125 for 5, 55 to get, I was very sure that it's through.
Absolutely, yeah. I actually predicted that Australia is through.
Right. And I just turned the TV on. No, I was not doing anything else. I said, okay, chalo, dekhte hain. And the way the Pakistanis made Australia struggle for those 55 runs, I mean, they ended up getting 50 of them, but it was fantastic. And I must tell you, the one memory that I carry from that game is this young, fast bowler called Ali.
Ali Raza. I think we are going to see a lot of him in the future. He's of 15 years old, and what a bowler he is turning out to be, man. I hope he's able to keep himself fit. He looks very fragile. He looks something like Ishant Sharma in his initial days.
But Jitu, I've seen Wasim Akram in his early days. Akram was maybe a little taller, but he was also like a beanpole. And I guess these guys feel Bakar Yunus also looked much different later.
Yeah,
he became.
But he's all of 15, so I'm sure.
That's right. Correct. Because Akram and Bakar did not begin at 15 when we saw them. They were a little older. So Ali had but not only that.
And he actually looks 15. He doesn't look more.
So we already have a query from a viewer. And the query is, what time is India likely to win today?
Oh, I like that positivity. I think it will be around 8 o'clock in the evening. India would have won.
Sunday evening, whatever people are doing for their dinner or pre-dinner, ensure that you are somewhere near a television screen. If we want to
and lots of people have been wondering where it is being telecast. It's being telecast on Hotstar.
I also saw it on Star Sports. It is there. Disney Hotstar to hai. Then we caught it on Star Sports the other day. But believe me, again, going back to that semi-finals, Pakistan versus Australia, the way it wasn't only this guy. There was this left-arm spinner also who was pretty good, and Zishan was also very, very impressive. Of course, Ali took the limelight away. Bashir has joined us, Jitu. So he's there, I think, as a viewer rather than as a panelist. Maybe he had some technical issues. Bashir, your forecast for...
He's saying now invite. So I'm inviting him. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see. He can probably join us.
No, that's fine, yeah. So, whilst we're talking about the Pakistan and Australia semi-final, I don't know, Ranga, whether you watched the India semi-final with South Africa. Okay.
Yes.
That was another interesting one where India was at one time 34 for 4.
Yes.
And they had to score 250 odd runs, and I thought this was gone. And then Mohammad Kaif and Yuvraj Singh kind of an innings from the captain, Uday, and another Sachin in the making. and they actually took the score to almost the winning gate. So
captain's
that was
knock.
another interesting match. Yes, it was a captain's knock. Yeah. Absolutely.
And this guy, Sachin Das, DHAS, is very impressive. I mean, if these guys go the same way as they are going right now, the future of Indian cricket is very bright. And the Shreyas Iyers of the world, the Rinkus of the world, everybody will be on his toes.
Yes.
So we are actually touching on the Indian because in another today is the 11th. So
Yes.
2 weeks from today, no, sorry, 4 days from today, we have the test match beginning at Rajkot. Already
Absolutely.
a couple of changes, and I'm happy to see the name of again mentioned there, Sarfaraz. See what happens, and
Well,
he's
I think if Rahul is fit to play, then probably Sarfaraz is going to warm the bench again. But
yes.
if Rahul for some reason is not fit, then I am expecting Sarfaraz to play his first test match.
Another comment
Bashir,
coming in again back onto the Pakistan game that apparently the gospel for Pakistani fast bowlers is that the bowler has to bowl another about 135 kilometers or 140 kilometers per hour even in the nets.
mm.
So that is probably what gives them that necessary direction and things like that. Interesting observation. Coming back to the selection.
But
So if Rahul
that,
is fit,
Bashir is saying he wants to talk. Bashir, I've already sent you an invite, and I somehow can't know why you're unable to join. Let me try and send the invite again to you. Here, I've sent an invite. Wait for some time, and then accept it.
you're supposed to. It is an RSVP, Bashir. You're supposed to accept the invite. Huh? It is an English system, not an Indian system. Ki bas aa gaye.
No gate crashing allowed.
No gate crashing. It's like a wedding in Europe or US. You got to tell them that you're coming. I got an invite for a wedding reception in Bangalore. My friend's, son marrying somebody from the US. The reception is in Bangalore. And the guy has told me 4 times already, let me know because we want to keep the guest count very clear. तो मैंने बोले यार ये तो इंडियन सिस्टम नहीं लगता है. Okay, so अगर राहुल आ जाता है तो even Bharat goes out. So Jurel is left with no chance. Is that so?
I don't know. I think they're being extra,
Strengthening the
liberal.
batting.
They're extra liberal with Bharat. I don't see Bharat doing too much behind the key wicket also. So maybe a good chance to give a newcomer, an entry into this kind of a space. But then what I've seen with this team management is they try to play safe. So if they're trying to play safe, then probably they're going to continue with Bharat. Okay. Not a great team, frankly speaking. Yes, in the 15 there are good options to select. So
Yes.
in fact, I would like to see Washington Sundar in place of Akshar Patel. Akshar Patel doesn't seem to be contributing too much. Plus, the management seems to be confused in terms of where they want him to bat. That
I would
that's an issue.
also, I think I was thinking for a few minutes about Patidar and whether he should. But I think, in all fairness, he requires one more game.
Absolutely.
And
Bashir says they're packing all rounders. So, well, I think the cricket is going towards that, frankly speaking. It's a game which has become a power game. It's a game which has become uh, more on the 360-degree basis in terms of skills. So you have to be a good bat. You have to be a bowler of some kind, and you have to be a very good fielder. So if you're not good at one of those things, then there is an issue. You need to have at
I
least
think,
2 out of 3
yeah.
skills.
No, I think the ideal combination should be that the top 4 guys have to be specialist batsmen. If they can't bowl, it shouldn't really matter because you have a lot of bowlers toward the end. But not only 9, 10 Jack, but probably 7, 8, 9, 10 Jack need to be. Maybe 9, 10 Jack are again specialist bowlers, but 6, 7, 8, you must have top class all round. Let us not forget from the standards of those days, Jitu, Abid Ali, Eknath Solkar, Rusi Surti. From those days, and even later when we were, Venkat Raghavan almost qualified to be an all-rounder. He could bat, he could get runs. Whereas the specialist bowlers were Prasanna Bedi and Chandrasekhar coming in the end. Later too, Kumble, Srinath, guys, you know, I still
And before
remember
that,
one
and
game.
before that, Kapil Dev, Madan Lal, these guys could bat. These
Bini,
guys could bat. Yeah,
yes,
Roger Binny, yeah, very good example. Or maybe somebody like Mohinder Amarnath, who was actually a batsman but a very very handy bowler.
oh yes, absolutely.
I don't think
So
we
I
have
would
got
put
anybody like him of late,
that's it.
who was actually a batsman, but also a bowler.
Correct. He developed as a bowler
Hmm.
fairly late. When he made his Test debut, 1969, way back against Australia, where I think it was Connolly who had him caught behind by Brian Tabor. He was in the team purely as a batsman. I don't think he even got a bowl. But later on, long sessions, work hard, basically a man willing to work hard on the field.
I mean, if
And therefore,
that way, Joe Root is something in the similar mold.
yes.
Okay, he's been bowling off a lot. He's been bowling a
Yes,
lot. Okay, so
correct.
and he's very effective also at times. So Bashir has a lot of comments. He says Jadeja will replace Kuldeep. I don't know. I think Bashir, if at all Jadeja comes into the playing 11, he should be replacing Akshar Patel and not Kuldeep Yadav, because Kuldeep Yadav on his day can be a match winner. And then
But what
he's
Akshar does, Jitu, I want to tell Bashir, what Akshar also does on occasions is that just as one is thinking of writing him off, he suddenly takes 3 wickets.
or he'll end up scoring a 50.
Embarrassment for selectors. See, embarrassment of riches is okay, but embarrassment of confusing the selectors is something some of these guys have. But yes, Washington Sundar can be in the mold of, I mean, maybe as a batsman better than Ravichandran Ashwin.
Yes,
As a bowler,
definitely. Yeah.
may not be of the same caliber. Ashwin is now way. So, will this test match also bring in a record? I mean, Ravichandran Ashwin joining the select band of
Well,
bowlers.
he almost did it. But for that one odd wicket of Mukesh Kumar. I don't know why Mukesh is in the team. I just fail to understand why he's in the team.
Yes, I would. But why is Siraj injured? I keep asking this question. Is Siraj
No,
is
but
not in this squad?
the official statement is that he has been rested. I don't know why he was rested, and now they're saying he's going to be back in this match.
How can you rest people in the middle of a test series? You
And
can
now they're talking about
rest them
resting.
after the series.
Now they're talking about resting Bumrah. So Ranga, Bashir has a point there. He says Venkat and Prasanna have similar averages. Venkat was hyped as a batter.
That is the Bangalore-Chennai debate that will endlessly happen outside of our show also. Don't forget, Bashir is a Bangalore man. I'm a Chennai man. So, no, but Venkat could catch balls better than Prasanna could. So even as a fielder, way above, an expert gully. Surprisingly, I'm not able to read Bashir's comments. I'm still stuck with, okay. I can now see them. So Tatkal Kota is asking, sir, your thoughts on the under-19 final? We have just talked about it. Akash will replace. Okay, fine. Now, I'm now able to see the comments. So, what is Bashir's latest comment?
His latest is, I want Akshar to be dropped, but it won't happen.
Okay.
And then he says Siraj threw his wicket and hence dropped.
Oh.
Bashir is being a little harsh now on the guys. I mean, you can't expect a Siraj to bat intelligently. Okay,
If you want the likes of Siraj or Bumrah to bat and get the runs, then we have culprits between 1 and 5. So I think one right action has been taken. Shreyas has been given enough chances. I like to watch him bat. I like his aggression. But I think Test cricket requires a very different mindset. Jaiswal, I was happy to see that mindset in the last
Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive.
You have to. I am again saying this. I think I said this last time. Gavaskar would always say, plan for the first 25, plan for the next 25, plan for the next 25, plan for the next 25. And that's how you build a big innings. Jaiswal did exactly that. The first 50 and the second 50, there was a huge difference in the way the runs were obtained and the way Jaiswal batted. टेस्ट क्रिकेट रिक्वायर्स यू टू स्टे टेस्ट टेस्ट हो रहा है आपके पेशेंस का टेस्ट हो रहा है आपके रेजिलियंस का टेस्ट हो रहा है so that's precisely what is expected from batsmen of that level so if Patidar can get his eye in stay there and become a force because again I mean this on paper I think all of us are in agreement is one of the weakest teams playing test cricket against a team which has gone from strength to strength in recent times, England.
Yes, absolutely. And even this match which we won, it would not have been possible without Bumrah.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you see till now in both the test matches, it's been one man performing. Okay.
Correct.
So, out of the 11, if it's one or two guys who are just performing and delivering, then there is, as you rightly said, there's something seriously wrong and needs to be looked into. The contributions need to come in terms of the bat and the ball from more number of players. So you can't. I can understand a T20 or to a certain extent a ODI getting decided on the performance of one player. Okay, but not test matches.
Not
I think
at
we
all.
were very, very lucky, very, very lucky to get through with this one. Okay, and the fact of the matter is that Bashir mentions about trust. The fact of the matter is that even we as fans do not trust the lineup. Okay, and in fact there was a moment during the England batting in the second inning. We thought that they were going to get there, even though it was a record score.
Bashir says Rohit has to wake up now. Wake up in where? As a batsman, as a captain, as a slip? Where?
I think it's as a batsman that he's talking about.
Right. I mean, his main job to get the runs, to keep
But
the
I think
innings going.
he is in that space now where I think he's kind of decided that he's going to enjoy his game. He's not really going to bother about what is the need of the hour. Probably he's wanting the youngsters to take that space. Is it fair, not fair? Well, we can debate on it. But it seems to be his mindset right from the World Cup. That he's decided he's going to go and play his natural game. So, right, wrong, well, debatable. But yes, to my mind, when you are captaining a test team, you need to be playing for the team, not for yourself.
Now, that is where I think Kohli's absence is being felt irrespective of Jaiswal's double ton. The coming 3 test matches, are we really going to miss Kohli while these batsmen come of age, settle down, get big scores? Sure, a double century from Rohit Sharma can bolster things. Number 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, 30s, 40s, 50s are not enough. What was very interesting, I'm digressing, I'm again going back to the under-19 game. When I was looking at the run of scores, when I was looking at the way India journeyed from the first game to the end of the semi-finals, except the last where India were batting, otherwise, so they won by 2 wickets. Jitu, thrice India has won by 200 runs.
Yes.
Twice by over 100 runs, or at least once, and once by about 80 odd runs. So what does it indicate clearly? That the Indians have scored big. The batsmen have scored big. And it is not only Das, it is not only Saharan, Kulkarni.
Yeah. There are different players in different matches who have done well. And here I would like to mention that the Junior Khan is playing for India. Mustafir Khan, who's Sarfaraz Khan's younger brother.
Yes.
He's already scored 3 centuries in the ongoing World Cup tournament. He was unfortunately out early in the semi-finals. But I'm expecting him to play a good role today.
Correct. And
And Kulkarni is
the
an amazing guy.
the
Kulkarni is
opener,
opening.
yeah,
He's an opener and he is a fast bowler. It's
correct.
a good
Absolutely.
combination.
Very talented guy. And the other opener who unfortunately didn't do well in the South Africa game, the South Africa game, had won us the match, 2 matches prior to that. So there is enough talent. And this bowler, Tiwari, Naman Tiwari, is another guy to watch
And
out
the
for. But
guy
only
who
thing,
the guy who hit the six,
Limbani.
Limbani.
Yeah, yes, Limbani.
Yeah.
If the only thing, if Indian selectors are watching, if Indian coaches are watching, obviously they are again and again and again the same subject. Watching these young Pakistani, one good thing, Jitu, I noticed. One very good thing that I noticed was all these guys playing for Pakistan in particular and the Indian cricketer, super fit. They are they are on the slimmer side. I don't know. Do you become a Rohit Sharma as you pick up a little age or a little success? Does it go to the middle and not to the head? So Indians mature earlier, hence we do better at junior levels is a very interesting observation. But वो maturity के साथ अगर physical fitness ज़्यादा अच्छा होगा, because again मुझे हमेशा डर लगता है बुमराह, Shreyas, Rahul, they all keep going out of action every now and then, fitness issues. What is Jadeja's problem? What is the issue? What is the injury?
I think it's a hamstring.
In the case of Shreyas, it is groin and back. So obviously it indicates a poor, lower spine. So this is where, I don't know. How does Pakistan produce so many fast bowlers? I mean, okay, that thing about at the nets, Ravi Kiran pointed out that at the nets it is compulsory for you to clock in 135, 140 on a consistent basis. That build the climate. The climate is not very different from Punjab में तो ठंडी होती है.
Bilkul. And I mean, I've seen some amazing fast bowlers coming out of Jammu and Kashmir, and I don't know what's happening to those guys. So somewhere, I mean, one, we can understand that there is information available, the news that okay, these guys are injured or they're not doing well, or somehow the guys look at Umran Malik, is just vanished, man. Where is he? Nobody knows where he is.
And while we talk about Umran Malik, look at our own established workhorses. I've seen one fellow work very hard while bowling, not too many years back. Umesh Yadav.
Yes.
Where is he now? Okay. Bhuvanesh Kumar is on the frailer side, but he has been pretty effective as a bowler. He's not around. And for quite some time, we've seen that our dependence on Bumrah and to a certain extent Siraj, that's where it rests. The third bowler is missing.
We had Khalil a few years ago. He's again gone out of the contention.
Shivam Mavi.
Shivan Mavi again, there is a problem with guys like Shivan Mavi and the other guy, the Nagar Koti, who showed a lot of promise, but these guys do keep getting injured very, very frequently. So there's something amiss, Probably their bodies are not designed to be that way. I mean, the fact of the matter is these guys are not very tall or well built, whether it is Nagar Koti or Shivan Mavi. But yeah, somewhere I think maybe another MRF pace foundation is required.
I only hope our good friend, I sent him an invite. I sent T.A. Sekhar, our former India bowling coach, to watch this program. I don't know whether he's there. I'll send him a recording. But yes, we need students. I know Bashir will always talk about Ramakant Desai at 5'4", but could bowl fast. बात सही है. आपका build जो भी हो, if you're able to generate pace, and if you're able to scare the guy with the odd bounce or the kind of elevation that some of these guys are able to get, or the bowl that very nice in-swinging Yorker, which Wakar, the toe cruncher kind of a thing.
There's a good question. There's a good question
Yes.
from Ravi
Yes.
that you guys have forgotten Shami.
Yes.
Well, that is what happens, out of sight, out of mind.
नहीं तो अगर bowling contingent है तो बुमराह, सिराज, शमी are reasonably adequate. Then if you develop a fourth guy, फिर भूल जाओ. अभी क्या है, हम स्पिनर्स के ऊपर भी डिपेंड होते हुए तीन स्पिनर्स को पैक इन किया, लेकिन मैच जिताया बुमराह ने. So there is something amiss. Is somebody reading the lines? Is there somebody reading between the lines? If Bumrah, so maybe that wicket was prepared for a spinner, but ultimately Bumrah got the best purchase out of it. सीधी सी बात है, टॉप क्वालिटी इंटरनेशनल बॉलर्स वो होते हैं, पिच जैसा भी हो, कहते हैं ना, मरे हुए पिच में से भी टर्न निकालना या मूवमेंट
Pace
निकालना.
निकालना.
That's it. So अगर आप आईपीएल में सक्सेसफुल मावी या नगरकोटी या ये उमरान या आईपीएल में 4 ओवर देके आदमी रिलैक्स कर सकता है, बैठा रहता है. Then he can pose for the cameras and do endorsements. सीधी सी बात है, the willingness to work hard, the willingness to bowl 30-40 overs maybe in a day out of total 90 overs. If there are 3 or 4 major bowlers operating, सीधी सी बात है, आपको 25-30 ओवर डालने की क्षमता आपके अंदर होनी चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
Work hard. At the end of the day, Test cricket requires very, very tough guys. I do not know who was the toughest fast bowler. मुझे उमेश यादव ही याद आते हैं. So coming back to batting, what is the batting order now in Rajkot? Your prediction? We'll ask Bashir also this question, and viewers also can contribute.
Yashasvi, Rohit, Gill, Patidar, probably Sarfaraz or Rahul, and then
So Gill ने ये सेंचुरी मार के गिल ने अपने अगले 3 टेस्ट मैचेस बुक कर लिए.
But the good part of it was the way he paced his innings, the way he played that innings. मतलब it was out of a lot of realization probably कि यार अब मतलब बहुत ज्यादा हो गया, मेरे को serious होना पड़ेगा. And also the fact that there was no celebration on achieving a century also. Okay, that means मतलब the guy is serious and और उसका बाप बैठा हुआ था. His father was there in the stadium.
Yes. Somebody spoken to him, some good cricketer.
Yeah.
Maybe Rathod and Dravid together must have counseled him. Now with the same kind of voice.
It was a good sight to see even after he got out, when he was sitting in the pavilion, he was sitting right next to Dravid, and Dravid was very animatedly talking to him. So I'm sure there are a lot of inputs which are coming in from that side, for sure. So उसके बाद तो मतलब one thing which really upsets me, it did upset me in the second test also, was that we are 4 down and you have Akshar Patel coming to bat. मतलब, come on guys, I mean that shows the weakness of the team. Okay, so as mentioned by the Bashir also, probably we need to look at some better all-rounders whom we can kind of rely on. I mean, also the fact that, okay, there is a Jadeja comes in at 4 down, you feel comfortable, you feel good, you feel confident कि हाँ यार चलो Jadeja है, कोई problem नहीं है. But with the Akshar Patel and the likes, you don't know, they may get out on the next ball. It's that kind of stuff.
That's right.
That is where it is. But yes, I think it's going to be interesting with 1-1 in the series and 3 matches to go. I think this one is going to be a great one. But before that, today evening, the under-19 finals between India and Australia. Not evening, in fact, it's going to be another 1.5 hours and the match is going to start. So I think that's going to be an interesting one. And I hope more people watch this particular tournament and this match so that they know who are the ones who are going to be coming soon.
You are in Jaipur. You can afford to pop the bubbly. I will raise a cappuccino at my favorite coffee shop. But last point that I want to raise one question. We have been looking at the test match. We've been looking at Rajkot. We've been looking at the projections for the team and all that. We did not discuss what is England up to. And I don't know, उनके स्पिनरों ने कुछ कमाल किया है, वो देखने जैसे. गिल एंड राहुल have class. Unfortunately, they need to score more runs. वो तो उन्हीं को करना पड़ेगा बशीर, ना आप कर सकते हो ना मैं. लेकिन गिल seems to have realized it. Rahul
Oh,
probably must work on his fitness.
so
But
this reminds me of Bashir's statement 40 years ago कि तुम्हारा काम सेल्स करना है, तुम जाके सेल लेके आओ, मैं थोड़ी ना लेके आऊंगा तुम्हारे लिए.
so whatever lessons, Jeetu, whatever lessons you and I learned at that time to ensure that Bashir kept his sanity when we brought and put orders on the table
Yeah.
is exactly what Gill and Rahul and the Shreyases and the Patitars of the world. पाटीदार को हम कुछ बोल नहीं सकते. मेरे लिए वो आज भी एक अननोन कमोडिटी है. इसको आईपीएल में मैंने चलते हुए देखा है. मैं आज भी बोलता हूँ, आई एम नॉट अ ग्रेट बिलीवर ऑफ आईपीएल. टेस्ट क्रिकेट के लिए रणजी, दुलीप, बिकॉज लॉन्गर फॉर्मेट्स में खेलने की आदत,
So,
इसीलिए बार बार सरफराज.
और वहां पृथ्वी शॉ ने फिर सेंचुरी मार दी. रणजी ट्रॉफी
To add to the confusion, to set a new kind of a thought process beginning, Prithvi Shaw. But Prithvi Shaw can accumulate runs. He must not accumulate weight. पृथ्वी शॉ में टैलेंट बहुत है. उसको दिमाग में सही बात बताने वाला. You know, all these guys don't just require a batting coach. They require a man who works on the mind of youngsters.
They need a life coach. They need a
They
ranga.
need a life coach. Maybe. See, एक बात है, टेस्ट क्रिकेट का मतलब है लॉन्ग टर्म पर्सपेक्टिव, रेजिलियंस. ये सोच कर जाने कि मैं 5 दिन बैटिंग करने वाला हूँ.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल.
तो कहते हैं ना, देयर इज अ सेइंग, जीतू, एवरीबडी वांट्स टू गो टू हेवन, नोबडी वांट्स टू डाई. तो आपको अगर वहां जाना है जहां कोई पहुंचा नहीं है, आपको वो करना पड़ेगा जो किसी ने आज तक किया नहीं है. तो देखते हैं पृथ्वी. मैं आज भी हर बार जब मैच के सिलेक्शन होती है, माय सन आस्क्स मी वन क्वेश्चन, व्हाई इज करुण नायर नॉट देयर? बिकॉज माय सन ओनली रिमेंबर्स वन इनिंग्स ऑफ करुण नायर, 300 runs for India.
Absolutely. Well, something went wrong there and something went wrong. I don't know what it was, disciplinary or it was something else, but the guy just vanished.
और अगर
Just vanished.
if at all there is a culprit called, if at all, in the good old days it was there, if at all there was a culprit called regional quota के साउथ से इतने लोग आ चुके हैं, because I think he was representing Bangalore, wasn't he? Yeah, he was representing Bangalore, Karun Nair.
Bangalore or Kerala somewhere.
Yeah, he was a Keralite, but he was representing Bangalore, and maybe at that point of time, I have seen English cricket test teams having 7 or 8 guys from Warwickshire or Leicestershire in one team.
Obviously, it has to be the best 11. It cannot be anything else. I mean,
in any case,
so there was a time when there were 8 to 9 players from Bombay.
Yes.
In the Indian cricket team. So
correct.
It was there. So fine, I think let's wait and probably next Sunday when we connect again, the first session of the third test match would be over and we would know what's happening there.
Exactly.
And probably we'll be in a good mood because India would have won the World Cup under 19 by then.
Hopefully yes.
That, yes.
And so, be prepared with your a bottle of champagne. I'll be prepared here with whatever I can.
I'm also a teetotaler now, Ranga, so I'll also have a cappuccino with you.
देखो, I am near Pondicherry, where everything goes. लेकिन हम लोग ऑरोविल में थोड़ा लिमिट में रहते हैं. So anyway, good. Let us hope, let us wish the Indian team huge success. Let us not have a repeat of the World Cup finals. Let us have the team creating history. 7 matches, 7 wins. That must be something rare. So, and on this note from Bashir, is very, Gavaskar was the greatest test batsman. I second that. I absolutely endorse that. And may we produce many more people in the Gavaskar mode as far as test cricket is concerned. In the meanwhile, let's enjoy today's ODI. Thanks, but
See you guys.
Bashir, thanks for
Have
joining
fun.
us. And
Thanks, Bashir.
get well soon, Bashir. Get well soon.
Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye. See you
Bye,
again
Deepu.
next
Thank you,
Sunday,
everyone.
11:30.
Right. Bye bye.